There's the bell for the beginning of round one. This WBC Super Welterweight Championship bout between Terry Norris and the champion, John the Beast Mugabi. Eddie Eckert is our referee here this afternoon, and terrible Terry Norris.
Norris in the all-white trunks on the left of your screen here. John Mugabi on the right with the black stripe.
Both fighters fighting out of the conventional stance, and Terry Norris wisely not wading right in, testing John Mugabi early. It behooves Norris to dance and box and use his skills as much as he can. A good left from Norris, and Mugabi is staggered. John Mugabi goes down. A left from Terry Norris drops John Mugabi. Mugabi is up and on Queer Street. Oh, this crowd is stunned. John Mugabi dropped his mouthpiece. Here's where Mugabi will need all the experience he has. Can he hang on? Terry Norris closing in on Mugabi, and Mugabi wisely holding on, Alex.
Only been down once before in his career against Marvelous Marvin Hagler, but he's in much worse trouble here.
It was a left from Norris. It caught Mugabi flush. And Mugabi does at least appear to be getting his legs back to a degree.
If somebody told you there was going to be a knockdown in round one, Dan.
Oh, and that right from Norris. You saw it stiffen the legs of Mugabi. And John Mugabi is helpless. Holding on.
Coming up on 1 minute left in the round. There is no 3 knockdown rule, and there is no standing 8 count. It looked like the referee could have given a standing 8 count there, but there is not in the WBC.
It is John Mugabi that has a track record of coming out of the blocks in a hurry. But this round is all Terry Norris. And now for Mugabi, it's just a question, can he survive?
And we should say that Terry Norris should be careful because he can still win punches.
And 2 good left hooks from Mugabi, but Norris comes right back. This is clearly a pro-Mugabi crowd. John lived here in Tampa for a number of years. Oh, that right from Terry Norris, and John Mugabi will not get up. 5, 6, 7. Terry Norris with the right finishes it here in round one. Terry Norris, the new WBC Super Welterweight champion.
Let's take a look at the action in round one. I think it started off, Terry, with a left hook. This is early in round one. First minute of the round. There, that left hook on his temple, and his legs were gone at that point. What were you thinking right here?
Take him out. Go ahead and take him out.
Were you fearful? Were you respecting his power still at this point, or were you just thinking about getting him out of there?
Yeah, I did anticipate that he still had the power, because when he was throwing, I could feel the power when he was coming over me and riding me down. So I just went on, and tried to put my combination together.
This is the second knockdown, Terry.
Well, that right there, I set him up with the right hand. Pop, right there. There it is. Right, straight right hand. That clocked him right there.
Was there any doubt in your mind when he went down that time that you were the new champion?
Yeah, I knew it was over there.
Something. I feel it's going to come off to an explosive start. Michael Nunn started off as the aggressive, keeping that jab out there. And again, Callum is a boxer, good counterpuncher. This is more of a feeling out process. Both men trying to find out what the other one has. I don't think either man will get crazy and then throw some wild punches. Basically, just trying to get loose.
You see the confrontation of the southpaw Nunn against the conventional fighter Callum. Their front feet will be nearly touching each other through much of the bout.
Now again, the southpaw stance of Michael Nunn and the height will bother Callum a while. But you also have to watch how Callum still punches. I mean, he moves extremely well. Good upper body movement.
Nunn stepped forward for a moment for the uppercut, but didn't really land it. It's been a jabbing contest so far with the early edge to Nunn. And down goes Sumbu Kalambe after a major league left inside by Nunn.
display
Here's another look.
of power. Here is when Michael Nunn's taking his time, throwing his jab out, and what's the counter left hand of Michael Nunn? It caught Callum blade flush on the chin.
He had been very relaxed throughout the first round, not looking as though he was pressing the action or looking to do any serious damage. And then this.
And you know what people are going to talk about, because it was a one-punch knockout. Just the power of his left hand.
Something that he wasn't supposed to be able to do.
Well, they always say this is a stiff test. This is the toughest test thus far. But here, Michael Nunn shows he can deal with anybody.
That's something that Mike McCallum and Iran Barkley, two of the harder punchers in this weight neighborhood, could not come close to doing against Sumbu Kalamba.
Marked up, but no worse than he was earlier on. 11th round. On my scorecard, and Cheetah has just edged back in front again. And he'll look to keep up that furious pace he set in the 10th. Body shots raining in, right hand, left hook. Oh, and McKinney seems to have walked away. And has he quit? Did he quit there? Smoger is going to give him a count there. He just walked away, and it looked to me like he was throwing in the towel. He gets the count, a standing count, and then Cheetah now is looking to finish the job. McKinney looks all out. He may not have a lot left. And Cheetah is closing in for another successful defense. He looks strong now. McKinney bravely finding the punches to come back. He did look as if he turned his back and quit. That was a bit of a reprieve for him, quite honestly. And some referees might have called a halt there. Well, McKinney brave enough here. He's finding the punches again to come back into the contest. This is some comeback from him. Hasn't Cheetah just punched himself out for the moment? from McKinney there was a good shot. And I think that just momentarily dazed and Cheetah. Tremendous round, this. Oh, look at that right hand from McKinney. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The man looked finished a minute ago. I don't think Cheetah's going to get up. Steve Smoger bellowing the count at him. But he's not hearing it, I don't think. It is over. Now, watch this again. Cheetah is piling on the pressure. Oh, look at that low blow from him. Steve Smoger didn't appear to see that. It was very low, wasn't it? Right hand. McKinney is under fire. Survival just appears to be the name of his game, and then bang. Good night. Lights out. All over. Incredible stuff.
Mills Lane just informed us that there's a 1-point deduction for that butt, even if it was unintentional. 1 point off McClellan from back in the 3rd round.
And in a close fight like this, Bobby, that is a big penalty.
I think it's a bad rule, I really do. And you know, it only seems to be that if the butt causes a cut, if they would have just banged heads and he would have swelled his eyes shut, nobody would say a word.
Yeah, but those are the WBC rules, and he said, regardless of whose fault it was, I mean, it was Gerald's fault. There was a cut, there was a butt, and but you know, that neutralized the round because McClellan had taken that round, so you take a point away from him, and you got an even round. I mean, this is a very even fight.
Wild miss by Gerald McClellan, and a left hand, a short, crisp left by Julian Jackson that connected.
Again, you'll see him dig that right hand to the body, and McClellan comes back with a left hook of his own.
Jackson being frustrated by 25-year-old Gerald McClellan. Little wink of the eye by McClellan as he eluded a punch. Right now, very difficult to catch is Gerald McClellan. Quite elusive.
Low blow by Julian Jackson. Low.
That was a big, heavy shot down south.
Another
one.
And McClellan needs a breather.
How much time you want?
Mills Lane says, as much time as you want.
How much time you want?
I felt that.
Yeah, and it was 2 in a row. It wasn't just 1. And so now, all of a sudden, no matter how much time to give him.
That was the second time. Next time, it's going to cost you a point, okay?
Mills Lane says that's the 2nd time. 1 more, and we take a point. So a point did not come off, but boy, the effect of 2 good hard-body shots, Bobby. You can't come back so soon from that.
You know, many people talk about the cup and the protector, which is what it's actually called, an athletic protector, but the power and the force that you get hit down low there, very sensitive area.
And he needs all the strength he can get and all the fluidity and reflex, and that takes your legs out from under you. Oh, nice shot by Julian.
As he goes upstairs, no chance of south of the ball there.
Julian got a winner right in.
Down goes Jackson. A left hook by Gerald McClellan almost sent him through the ropes.
7.
He is in serious trouble. His legs are not there. This fight could very well be over right this minute.
And there's a minute left to go.
Can McClellan finish him off? He's down again.
3, 4, 5.
He's not going to make this, Bobby. He's not going to make this. Julian Jackson doesn't
It's
know where he's
over.
at. It's over.
Mills Lane has stopped the fight. And Gerald McClellan has upset Julian Jackson, and he is the new WBC middleweight champion.
So let's pick it up from the low blow, and you can see it was a legitimate low blow, and you can see the damage of it. Look at that. I mean, that's way below the lettering, and down goes McClellan saying, I just can't continue. This gives him time to recuperate, but it looked like he was weakened when he got up, maybe giving Julian a lot of energy to think he's going to put it out. Now let's watch what happens.
Well, here you come again.
Right hand.
Straight right hand down the pipe, and it was Ferdy a lead right hand. Finishing it off with the left hand, and down is Jackson.
Just what he's been trying to land, the right hand landed just like he wanted it. And here's the second one, and by this time it was academic because Julian was gone. That's it. Right there is the end of that.
Again, his legs weren't under him, and his head wasn't clear, and you're not going to respond.
His eyes just weren't, couldn't focus. He was just gone. Mills Lane did the right thing, stopping the fight.
there saying you've got to knock him down. You're behind, baby.
Well, how about behind 9 rounds to 0? It's going to take more than a knockdown to put him back in this fight, at least on my unofficial scorecard.
Well, so you might be able to make a argument for George for 1 round there, or 2 perhaps, but where they were fairly close. But obviously he is well behind, and he's got to pick it up. Angelo Dundee, of course, was in a similar situation with Muhammad Ali against Larry Holmes, a guy well past his prime, taking on a champion in his prime. Ali got into cosmetic, beautiful shape. Everybody saw Ali, and they all went running to the betting windows to bet on him, driving the odds down, much the way that the odds were driven down in this fight when they saw Foreman look in reasonable shape. And now George, following the advice of Angelo Dundee, has come out here strong in round number 10. Looking to land that right. There's a left hook that he finally landed tonight. You know, that's a tremendous punch for George when he can land it, but it hasn't been there for him.
Very tough punch, though, to land against the southpaw, Rich. And that takes a big part of George's arsenal away, which is, but at his age, did he really take the time, though, to work on something else that would work against the southpaw as some other challenger might do? He just figured it's another fighter, left-handed, right-handed, this is the way I fight. And like you said,
there's the left hook from Foreman. That one rattled Mora a little bit. And another punch from Foreman and another left hook. And Mora's leg actually slipped out from underneath him. So again, I think Mora has felt the power of Foreman, what power is left even in round 10 of a fight in which he is desperately behind. And well, Teddy Atlas concerned in the corner.
Well, another reason that the left hook is landing is Teddy said to Michael, move all the time to your right now and stay away from the right hand. So George had to adapt, and there he goes. He's walking into the left hook.
George Foreman enjoying his best round of the fight here in round 10. There's a right hand. Down goes Mora. He's flat on his back. He may not get up.
Not maybe. He's not moving.
Mora could be about to lose the heavyweight title.
I don't believe this.
So Cortez pulls off the count.
It's over.
It is over.
Holy
and George
cow.
Foreman has pulled off the miracle that no one thought possible. George Foreman
Mora's still down. Mora cannot get up. He's still down. He doesn't know where he is. He's bleeding from the nose. He walked into a picture-perfect left-right combination.
An unbelievable, a stunning finish.
Listen to the crowd
of a heavyweight championship fight that has left this MGM Grand crowd of nearly 15,000 in total disbelief. George Foreman was picking up steam from the moment that 10th round began, Arnie, and he never let up.
Angelo Dundee said to him between rounds, you got to do something, kid. You're behind on points. We're almost 46 years of age.
And George Foreman, unbelievably, miraculously, is once again the heavyweight champion of the world. Now let's take a look at the replay.
Watch for the beautiful left hook, right hand combination. He walked right into the left hook, followed by the right. Teddy Atlas kept saying to him, move only to your right. George adapted by Mora only moving to his right, which now finally allowed George to start landing the left hook, which we didn't see for the first 8 rounds. Mora out cold.
You asked several times during the fight if Foreman's punch deserted him. It turned out not to be the case. There's that right hand going in on Mora. Down goes Mora. And Arnie, I think we could all tell that as soon as he hit the canvas, he was done. It was over.
The experts said coming into this fight that if Foreman hit Mora the way he was hit by Burt Cooper, that he would not get up. And there you have it. What does this do to the heavyweight division?